And let's get this up and live. So we got Stevenson Lindor in the house. So Stevenson, what I'm going to do is I do have this recorded to the cloud. We're also inside the Facebook group. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and make you the host. And you should be the host now. Can you hear me, man?
Yes, sir. What's going up, Brandon Boyd? How are you doing this Monday morning?
Doing real good, man. Just been firing away with webinars and stuff. It's been great. So
same thing. I'm super excited. Guys, we got some great announcements today. I'm ready to rock and roll, man. All right, so what's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope you guys are all doing well. Type a 1 in the chat. Let me know that you are alive. You're doing well. You know, we're in March already, guys. We are in March, man. Do you know how time is already flying by this year? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I'm still hyped from convention. Anybody who was at convention, you know, it was amazing, amazing event. So, you know, we about to get right into it. Of course, bounce back trading with yours truly. Again, where are all my Spanish speaking people on this call? All my Boricuas, all my people from DR, from Colombia, from Costa Rica. Where are my Spanish people at? Anybody, even those in Miami, all over the world. Where you at? Where you at? Yes. ¿Qué paso? What's up? What's going on? Miami in the house. Yes, yes, yes. Guys, I got something big for you. I got something big, big, big for all my Spanish brothers and sisters. What's up? Guess what, guys? We got a Spanish educator for you for bounce back, specifically for bounce back. Yes, we did it. We got a Spanish speaker just for bounce back, just for you guys, right? And check this out. I didn't want to just get a regular Spanish speaker. I didn't want to just get, you know, somebody that, you know, doesn't really have experience in the market. I didn't want to bring no rookie to the table. I didn't want to bring, you know, somebody that's not already in the company. I wanted to bring somebody who brings value. I wanted to bring somebody who already has influence. I wanted to bring somebody pretty much majority of the Spanish community within iMarkets Live really looks up to. So he's going to be making his grand announcement this week. He's going to let you guys know we're actually planning a big Latin America tour. All right, for all my Spanish people, we are doing a Latin America tour. All right, he's one of the top educators in this company, and he decided to work exclusively with Bounce Back. All right, so for all my Spanish people, because I know a lot of you guys, you inbox me, you'll ask me questions in Spanish, and unfortunately, my Spanish is not so great. So I said, you know what? Let me go get a Spanish speaking educator who's going to be able to bring massive value to guys. And then he decided, you know what? He said, Steve, let's take it to another level. Let's go on a tour, right? So we will be visiting Colombia, Costa Rica, Panama, all these areas just for you guys. All right. So that is coming. The big announcement. I'm not going to introduce him just yet. Yes, Argentina as well. If I'm not mistaken, that's also on the map. So all these areas, we will be coming to see you guys very soon. Your own exclusive bounce back educator. He'll be on IML TV. He'll be doing his own IML sessions just for bounce back within the Facebook group, and be posting his analysis and everything. So the news is going to be released this week. I just wanted to let you know we do have a Spanish speaking educator for bounce back. All right, guys, we locked them down last week. I wanted to make sure I got nothing but the best for you guys. So I recruited the best, and it's going to be amazing. So the tour dates is coming out very soon. You guys are going to be updated to that. We're also me and Brandon Boyd and Steve Hooley will be going around the United States doing a tour for Bounce Back. So guys, write down not only in this chat, but make it public in the Facebook group that, hey, listen, when you guys do your tours, we want you to come through our city, whether that's Miami, Los Angeles, wherever you're at. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. All right, guys. So let's begin. Let's start this off. And let's get you guys educated on bounce back. All right. Let's log in here. Now, for all those that are brand new, all right, this is the bounce back software. All right. This strategy, which was originally created by Christopher Terry, we turned it into a software because we wanted more people to win, right? We wanted more people to, you know, especially their first time trading, to make their experience a lot easier. All right. We didn't want you guys, you know, struggling so much. So we decided to turn his strategy into a software, and we came up with Bounce Back. And literally, guys, for the people that are already using Bounce Back, type a number 2 if you are enjoying it. You're seeing a lot of profits. You're making a lot of money. Let the people know that the product works. All right. We decided to turn it into a software, and so far, guys, as you can see, the results have been coming in. They've been phenomenal. A lot of people have been making money. Actually, just today alone, right? Some of you guys made some great money on that buy on GU, right? So you had GU right here, and boom, had a nice buy, and check this out, boom. You know what I mean? Price, you know, skyrocket all the way to the upside. So, you know, this product definitely does work. And what myself and Lex Wave does is we educate and show you guys how to properly utilize this software, right? I like to always look at it like this. If I gave you a calculator, yes, that calculator can potentially save your life in a math class, right? But that calculator is only as strong based on the knowledge that you have on math, right? So like the old, you know, Asian proverb goes, yo, a sword is only as strong as its master. So we want to make sure that when you guys are utilizing this, that you guys actually understand and you're making sure that you're making money the right way. Look at that, made 30 pips off of that. That's perfect. Good job. Congratulations, Candace. All right. So before we get into the strategy, all right, you have myself, the icons too here. You have myself and Lex Wave. And then soon we're going to have a Spanish educator that's going to pop up at the bottom right here. And the difference between me and Lex Wave is I use the MACD indicator. He uses the RSI indicator. All right. That's the only difference between me and Lex Wave. He uses the RSI. I use the MACD. And if he can, hopefully we see Lex Wave on the second half of this training. He'll go over how he utilizes the bounce back strategy. Make sure you're in our Facebook group, guys. Our Facebook community is growing at an astronomical rate. We are close to 20,000 users in this group. All right, guys. People literally always joining every single day. I've never seen a day go by where people are not joining, right? We're at 19,375. Soon this will be at 20,000. All right. We built a 20,000 Facebook group in under, you know, 5 months. Most Facebook groups out there, they're lucky to get to 1,000, right? So just shows you how popular, how many people are talking about bounce back and want to, you know, jump in. Guys, when you jump into this group, make sure you go through our units tab. All right. This is where you'll get all the info on how to get all the alerts to bounce back, right? Everything right there. How to get the alerts, how to buy it in your back office, go to shopping cart in your back office, upgrade to bounce back, everything right there, right? This is your Telegram. Click there, leads you right to the Telegram. And again, this is temporary. I know some of you guys, you've been waiting. When's the app coming out? When's the app coming out? It's not as easy to create an app as I thought it is. So Steve Hooley's working on it. It's his main priority for this month. So the moment it's released and it comes out, we will let you guys know. In the meantime, make sure you're in our Telegram group. All right. This is where all the signals come out. And this is how it notifies you when a bounce back trade comes. All right. So again, Facebook group, this is our Telegram. You can click on that right there. And also you have our info tab. All right. Facebook group, what is bounce back, so on and so forth. All right. Now, So how does this strategy work? How do we make money on bounce back? So we're going to go over the last two trades, right, that were called for bounce back, GU and USD Swiss franc. Now, I must let you know that bounce back identifies the trade setup. It lets you know around what price range you should get in. It gives you the time. All right. And these trades are valid for about 24, 48 hours. All right. After that, it's no longer valid. Now, the rule is as long as none of the confirmations have been met, none of the parameters, the rules of taking a trade haven't been met, even though it's no longer valid, you can still take the trade. But my thing is, once it goes no longer valid, wait for the next trade setup, right? Bounce back is always going to set out trade setups, right? You don't have to worry about that, right? We had one that was very successful today. We're still waiting on USD Swiss franc. So how do we take this trades? All right. I have a very simple rule when it comes to taking trades on bounce back. All right. Now, bounce back made a call on Great Britain USD on the 4-hour time frame, 240. That's the 4-hour time frame. Now, my rule is before you buy or sell, right, you want to jump down 2 time frames. And the reason why you want to jump down 2 time frames is because, remember, whatever happens on one time frame is going to happen on another time frame, right? So if we're expecting a buy on the 4-hour, if bounce back is expecting a buy on the 4-hour time frame, right? So that means each candlestick takes 4 hours to produce. That means that buy should happen on the 30-minute long before it happens on the 4-hour. So wouldn't it make sense to jump on the 30-minute before you jump on the 4-hour, right? If this buy is going to happen on the 4-hour, then a buy should definitely happen on the 30-minute, right? Because that's how the market moves. Whatever happens on one time frame is going to happen on a smaller time frame. All right. So you jump down 2 time frames. So that should lead you to the 30-minute time frame. Once you're on the 30-minute time frame, you're just identifying that current trend. So before this uptrend here, bounce back was on a downtrend from here to here, right? So you're going to identify this downtrend, all right? And you're going to start from the top. Whenever you're drawing a trend line, you always start from that top. So whatever time frame you're on, this is my peak. All right. So look at it this way. You're going to utilize one tool, this trend line here. Now, if I'm going up a staircase, where do I start from? I start from the bottom. If I'm going down a staircase, where am I starting from? I'm starting from the top. So whenever you're drawing your trend lines, right, depending on which trend you're identifying. So in this case, a downtrend, I'm starting from the peak, the high right here. I'm on the 30-minute, right? I'm on the 30-minute. So once I jump down to the 30-minute, this is where I want to identify my trend line. All right. So this is my peak and I'm identifying this trend. Boom. That's it. That's all you got to do. Identify this trend. Jump down 2 time frames, then draw your trend line. All right. That's rule number. Basically, that's your rule number 2. Rule number 1, look at the trade, jump down 2 time frames, and then draw your trend line on that time frame. All right. After you do that, all right, there's one other confirmation that I use before I buy or sell. Now, I am waiting for a MACD crossover. I am waiting for a MACD crossover. And I'm also waiting for price to break that trend line. So I got to wait for a MACD crossover and I got to wait for price to break this trend line. All right. Once I get these two to coincide, basically in conjunction, I can get into trade. But now I don't enter my trade on the 30-minute. I'm going to jump down again to a smaller time frame, right? So in this case, I'm going to jump down to the 15-minute. Now, it is up to you. You can use your 5-minute for entry. You can use your 15-minute for entry, right? One thing I will always suggest, and if I'm using a higher time frame, so let's say if I'm on the 4-hour here, I want to utilize maybe the 15-minute. I can still use the 5-minute, right? But I want a stronger confirmation for my trade. So I'm going to jump in and I'm going to stay on the 15-minute time frame. All right. Guys, I'm going to answer all your questions towards the end. Quick question. If it's a 2-minute, would it be now at the 1 hour? No. 2 time frames down is 30 minutes, right? You got to understand, if I'm on the 4 hour, you don't have a 3 hour time frame on your phone, right? That's not available there. I don't, if I go to my broker right here, so let me switch over real quick. So I'm going to show you guys this because I get asked this question a lot. So check this out. This is the broker I use, right? So if I'm entering a trade, new order, right? New order, all that stuff like that. Again, look at the time frames. I don't have 2 hour time frame. I don't have 3 hour time frame. So I don't have none of that. I only have, remember, you have traditionally 9 time frames on your broker. You have the 1 minute, you have the 5 minute, the 15, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. I customize this over here because let me show you right now. So those who are wondering, hey, where's your 1 minute and 5 minute? My 1 minute's here because I don't trade on the 1 minute and I don't ever trade on the 30 minute, right? So I have all my favorite time frames right here when I'm trading. So, but these are your traditional time frames: 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly. So when I go back to TradingView real quick, did you see a 3 hour time frame? Did you see a 2 hour time frame? Did you see a 45 minute time frame? Did you see a 3 minute time frame? So that's not there, right? So you don't have that available, right? That's only on TradingView. All right. So when I jump down from 2 time frames from the 4 hour, 1 time frame, 2 time frame, I'm going to end up on the 30 minute. So this is the 30 minute. So after that, I want to jump down to the 15 minute. I want to look for my entry. Now, all you're literally doing, you're waiting for a MACD crossover and you're waiting for price to break this trend line. So look at here. You got your MACD crossover right here. Boom. Happened right there. You have your MACD crossover right here, but price has not broken my trend line. So I do not get into the trade. So then you had one more dip. And then this is where you had the breakout, right? This is where price broke out. Boom. So now I'm already above my histogram here. And for those who don't know how the histogram works, I mean, the MACD works. Again, it consists of 3 components. I'm sorry, I always have to repeat this on every session. The MACD consists of 3 components. See those 3 numbers? It consists of 3 components. 1, it consists of the moving average, right? That's what the MA stands for, moving average. And the CD stands for convergence divergence. So it's moving average, convergence, divergence. So it consists of the moving average, these 2 lines right here, the blue line and the orange line. And then it consists of the histogram, which is a momentum indicator. It tells you how strong an uptrend is, how strong a downtrend is, or when possible change in direction is coming. So basically how the MACD works is once price, these moving averages, crosses through the histogram, that is signaling a change of direction. All right. So before we get in for our buy or a sell, we need to see our 2 moving averages cross through this histogram, right? So now that we're comfortably on the 15-minute time frame above our histogram, we can now start looking for buys. The only thing we were waiting for was price to break through our trend line. Once that happened here, guess what? Now I can enter the market. My entry is valid here. My entry is valid here. My stop loss is right below previous low, right there. And as you can see, all you're looking for with bounce back is 20 to 30 pips. That's your target. All right. Target is always 20, 30 pips, right? We want to keep this simple. 20 to 30 pips is the target. All right. If you understand Forex on a bigger scale and you know, hey, listen, I see this going a little further, absolutely. But I'm talking about my average trader, my newbie trader, person who just got in the market, right? All you need to grab is 20, 30 pips, right? It takes another different level of psychology and mental capacity to ride out a trade for 50, 100, 200 pips. So all I need for my newbie traders, 20, 30 pips. So once you enter the market here, once a candlestick closed right above that trend line, now you can look to buy, and boom, your 20, 30 pips was right here. For all those who held on, you caught 100 pips. Congratulations. But my 20, 30 pips was about 2 candles right here. Perfect. I'm done. That's literally it. Your biggest battle with bounce back is drawing a trend line, right? So I saw today somebody said they had 2 trend lines on bounce back, right? So let me erase that, and boom. Now, the reason why this trend line was incorrect, somebody had a trend line from here all the way going across. The reason why this trend line is incorrect is because you did it from a bigger time frame, a bigger scale, right? This is a valid trend line. You have more than 2 touches. Absolutely. Actually, if you took this on the 4-hour, you're now getting your breakout, right? But remember, when you jump down 2 time frames, you're not starting all the way back over there. Your peak is right here, right? You just want what's right in front of your chart, all right? So my peak is here, coming all the way from here down here. That's literally it. Your peak is from here to down here. That's all you got to do. That's literally it. You draw your trend line based on the time frame that you're working on. That's it. The time frame that you're working on. All right, not the 4-hour. This is a bigger structure. Right? So yes, if you did this on the 4-hour time frame, you missed all of this. That's why we go to the smaller time frame. Right? That's why we jump down 2 time frames, so we can catch the move sooner. All right, guys. So somebody's very anxious to get on a webinar now because, you know, he hasn't been on here in like forever. I'm going to transfer this over to Lex Waves. Dre, you on the call?
Yes, sir, Stevie. I sure am, brother. I sure am.
Let me switch this over to you since you're so hyped to get on the call. Guys, I'm going to transfer this over to Lex Wave. He's going to take over. He's going to go over the bounce back strategy with you guys and show you how he utilizes it. All right.
What's up, guys? I didn't mean to butt it on you like that, Stevie. I was just being aware of our time with Brandon. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Please drop a 1 in the group for Stevenson Linder. Please drop a 1 for that amazing training. As usual, always on par. You already know you cannot work them. All right. Let's get it, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Let's keep that energy flowing. Let's do it. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So he already went over the basics with you and so forth on how to get in and how to get things structured and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen in 1 second. We're going to go over the same trade. Well, a lot of you was actually on the session this morning. So if you were on the New York session this morning, then you got a pretty good whiff of what exactly we were looking at since last week, particularly on the pound dollar. But let's keep it bounce back affiliated. All right. Excellent. So as you can see right here, it was called on the 4-hour time frame. Now, typically what I like to do is I like to mark it off. As you guys see it in the sessions, pardon me, my mouse died, but I like to mark it off. Well, I'll switch it to candlesticks and I'll mark it off. I'll probably just make this a different color. You know what I mean? Color-coded guy. Thank God my voice is back, y'all. 1 second. Hold on. I'm just looking at that question that comes in. All right, beautiful. Those were just ones. All right. So, and what I would do is obviously I like to see where the trade was called. That's most important. One of the most important things. I want to see where the trade was called. Great. All right. So the trade was called right around that price point. Excellent. He already explained the situation with the trend line break. So what I want you to do now, all right, what I want most people to do too as well is whenever you see trades on the 4-hour time frame, obviously we're going to go down 2 time frames, but I also want you to go up 1 more time frame. All right. The next time frame obviously would be the daily. I'll just put that there. All right. Go up just 1 time frame. just to identify, okay, hey, this is an uptrend. The market's it's calling a buy, but this is an uptrend. Why? We're making higher highs, higher lows, a higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, great. Let me come back to the 4-hour time frame. All right. I know where my last previous high was. I'm not going to get too fancy with it. Let's keep it simple. So all I'm going to do now is, you know me, you guys know me very well, is typically we like to take things off the 61% retracement or around that level. All right. It just so happens that bounce back did us the honor and called out the trade as well. Okay. So now that I'm aware that price is hovering around this price point now, well, okay, that's when I start to come back down to the lower time frame. So I've identified a higher high, higher low. I've identified the longer term trend. Now I can just come down to match the short term sentiment with that. All right. Clearly, we had a what? We had the trend line break. Stevie already went over that with us. Thank you very much, Stevie, as usual. All right. Went over with us with that already. So now let me zoom in a little bit further. You saw the break, the confirmation. You saw what prices called this. Now, what's another thing obviously we're looking for? And look at that. Price is still going. It's still going. So for my newbies, you're already out of the trade. You bagged up your 30 pips, but we know that this had the potential to keep going. All right. Okay. Now what we looking for? The difference. That's it. Divergence. We have price coming down. We have price coming down in a spiral motion. Let me just make this a different color so we stay color coded. All right. We don't really, we know what's going on. We see price coming down. You see the cells start getting smaller and smaller. You start seeing the parabolic star turn back to the upside. But most importantly, take a look at the bottom. Simple, guys. Flat. The RSI flattened out. Flattened out. Oops. The RSI flattened out. I'll make that red. RSI flattened out and came in and hit the 20 region. That's divergence right there, ladies and gentlemen. When you always see price moving away, all right, when the oscillator and price start to diverge, all right, they start moving in opposite direction. The opposite directions, you can't see the box. Which box? The box is right here below. That's the box. I have the box right there below. All right, once you start seeing a 30, price hits that 20. This is obviously called, the double bottom divergence. All right, where you see price coming down and you see the oscillator make two knocks. That's double bottom divergence. So you start seeing, once again, like I said, flattening out, and then obviously price begins to rise. All right, that is definitely a huge cue, a huge cue. So make sure you write those things down. All right, and so forth. You just go up, especially when they're in the 4-hour time frame, go up one notch. All right, just to see where. Because the 4 hours is not far from the daily. All right. It's just a daily candle broken down into 4 hours for each candlestick. All right. So it doesn't hurt just to go take a peek at it. And all we just did was just put a simple Fibonacci. You've seen me use this multiple times over and over again. And then obviously it becomes good habit or good practice. Okay. To just use this as just an extra confirmation just to go ahead and get you on into the trade. All right, especially when it's on a longer term time frame, you can see that the trend is up. All right, pardon me, guys. I don't have my mouse. So let me just deflate this a little. And you can see it right then and there. You can see right around the Fibonacci region, that 61%, and then that's it. Price is taken off. It was a beautiful trade. And actually this morning, that's exactly when we were on the session and exactly when the call actually came in. And he said, hey, guys, this is good right now. We don't even have to wait. We got confirmations. Let's go right now. Right now. All right. It's good right now. And then obviously took action. Now, I'm going to go over the next one, the USD sell. Now, I think this is also another situation where it's pretty straightforward. Hold on, guys. I want to make sure I could see the messages. 1 second. Oops. Let me go to the chat, and that comes up. Excellent, great, excellent. So, like I said, you're getting it from both directions, both angles. All right, just some extra confirmation. So immediately, what do? Obviously, we assess the situation. So this was called on the what 1 hour time frame? Well, I mean, sorry, no, on the 4 hour time frame. Incorrect. Sorry, on the 4 hour time frame. So let me come on down over to here. Immediately, I can identify this as I know that this is still an uptrend. All right, because we've been making higher lows. I'm just going up 1 time frame. Okay, I want to see where the market is at. It's been making higher lows, higher highs. Okay, so I know that most likely this will be a counter trend trade, as I've discussed multiple times in the past. Yes, bounce back gives counter trend trade. So it was called on the 4 hour. Okay, cool. Now it can come back down several time frames, as Stevenson mentioned, quite sometimes already. So immediately I'm making what? Higher highs, higher lows. Simple, right? So I can see that there's a trend line. And we specifically actually went over this earlier today. I see that there's a trend line. And it's a valid trend line. Okay? We actually drew this Gartley out. So what did we say specifically a bit earlier today for obviously whoever's tuning on who wasn't on the session earlier? Was that most likely, what are we going to see? We're going to see price. If it doesn't break here, we will not enter the trade. And a gentleman asked me, actually, when he did enter the trade, he said, hey, what's going on with USD Swiss franc? And I said, yeah, what's going on? Let's look at it right now. And immediately when I saw it and I assessed it, I said, well, you shouldn't be in this trade right now, boss, because it didn't break the trend line. So you didn't get one of the important confirmations that we give you. Okay? So even if I scroll over and I click the MACD, there's no cross. I could click Stevenson's icon. There's no cross. There was no cross. There's no cross. First of all, there's no divergence and there's no cross. All right? Okay, so with that being said, I'm sorry, I'll get back to my 1 second. I'll make sure I don't hold up the time. Okay, good. So we're doing great on time. We're doing excellent. So back to this situation. There's no break of the trend line, so therefore there's no entry. All right? No break, no entry. Like no retest, no entry. And then basically that we had the ability to come back up to retest this high. I specifically said this. You can go back to the session earlier on today. I kid you not. Like, I don't just say things to say things. Oh man, I sound like a Rick James skit there. But that we will have the potential to come back up and retest these highs, create somewhat of a Gartley pattern. But the new person, that's not for you right now. Go to the IML Academy. You will learn these things. And most likely, this is more of an aggressive entry, all right here, right now. This will be more of an aggressive entry, but the smarter and safer entry is for obviously see price break and violate the trend line, all right? Must see it violate that trend line. By that time, the divergence will clearly show you, okay? Trend line price must violate trend line. Hold on. Oops, watch for trend line break. All right, so we have a break and closure over here, then that will get us very readily in. Now, mind you, like I said, from here to where price is right now, that's about 17 pips. Okay, no problem. So do I want to be cautious and safe and know that price is not going to go back up there? All right. Or do I want to obviously be a little bit more frisky and be a little bit more aggressive? It depends on how you're feeling and how the price action is portraying itself at that contemporary time. All right. And so forth. But typically, here's another little situation, just a little extra pointer. When you see that there's a high up there, all right, and price goes sideways and it doesn't break the trend line, I promise you 9 times out of 10, it's going to revisit that high. Go back. If we can replay it, go back and revisit it. All right. So at this point in the day, it's pretty late. Liquidity is going to start thinning out. All right. People are obviously all the London traders, they've been closed out on positions and so forth. And then obviously the rest of the New York session will begin to die down. All right. Remember, you don't like to enter where there is thin liquidity. That is also a rule. Make sure you write that down. When the liquidity is thin, you don't want to enter. Notice when the pound US dollar was called, it was virtually right at around the opening of the New York session. It's the right session. It's the right time, right setup. Immediately price went. It just took off. All right. Those are just extra pointers that you can knock down in your book when looking at bounce back, besides following the basic rules. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to watch for this trend line break. We're going to be safe because at least I know price been up there twice. And guess what? I have no problems at that point because I know that price won't go back up there. All right, that decreases my probability of this being a losing trade because I have a validation of somewhat a double top here. All right, and then this will start to give me my divergence that I'm looking for, that it's already even starting to begin to give me. All right, you see that? Peaks out. Either price will double top or the oscillator will double top. One or the other. All right, double top. The oscillator starts making lower highs. Hello. Let's go. Okay, I'll go ahead and make get a question there. Is the bounce back a product in addition to my normal mem? No, it's not, Jennifer. It's an add-on. Okay, that is an add-on. All right, it's an add-on product. I believe the pricing is I don't want to get that pricing wrong. I believe that's about like $20, and then obviously with tax, 21 or so dollars. Forgive me. All right, but if I missed it off by a few cents or something like that, okay. All right, very good. So awesome. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. So if you were, like I said, one thing, if you were on the session earlier, you already got your directions on how to approach this trade. Okay, the pound US dollar obviously has worked out fantastic. So bounce back is off to an incredible start to the day already. All right, it's off to an incredible start. Incredible start to the day, incredible start to the week. All right. Excellent. All right. So, guys, basically, I know Brandon Boyd has a few things to take care of. So we're basically going to wrap it up here. All right. You know, like I said, I want to thank Stevenson once again, guys, and so forth. And we had an excellent session, excellent training today, and so forth. You can see how I use it. You see how he uses it. It's almost virtually the same, just a different indicator. Guys, and let's just continue to move forward as we are heading into obviously a new week. Though you'll see a lot more calls. We're pretty excited. We're going to have obviously gold, oil, and commodities, certain commodities all added. And believe you me, we got a brand new person. Oh man, I'm just so excited. But I just want to I want to wait. We got something special up our sleeves. You guys are going to be totally ecstatic and just really, really, really happy with what we have coming for you later on in the week. Like I said, later on in the week. All right. So guys, thank you once again. Appreciate you. You can catch me tomorrow on the sessions, and obviously catch Steven Cylinder on the rest of his sessions. All right. Have a great day, guys. Take it easy. Laters.